What's going on, everybody? It's P-Toll, aka PT Sports 84, back with another NBA 2K26 official roster video. This one is for NBA 2K26 patch 3.0 that just dropped for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S. For PC, this will come out on the 28th, it says in the patch notes. This looks to be a very light patch for 2K, which is, of course, disappointing as always. In this one, I'm just going to go over the official notes and just kind of touch on some of the things that are in the realm of only roster-based stuff. Just really quickly, I'm going to get out of the way. No, 2K did not fix the assistant coach menu, nor did they fix the two-way contracts / free agent contracts bug that's been in there, despite countless people sending in tickets, including myself, posting on the Discord. Nothing's been done about it, unfortunately. So that means another month, 30 to 45 days of using the official 2K roster if you want updated to the minute transactions. Just because we cannot add our own two-way contracts without overriding the system. That doesn't necessarily cause bugs, but I don't like doing that because then that's basically duplicating a player, and I'd rather not do the workarounds personally. So that's where we are limited, but let's jump right into it. Of course, with things looking at 2K and the notes, you can clearly see that the art side of things has been very limited as far as player updates go. But let's jump into it. First up, as always, we go with the Philadelphia 76ers. We have Johni Broome up first. He has a hair dynamic update, and all that means is the hair in the back right here just moves side to side. There's nothing exciting about it as far as that goes. We're going to move over to the other hair dynamic update just to get it out of the way. Cam Thomas has an update, so you can cycle through his hair and things like that. But basically, it just means that the hair moves, as you can see there. So there are the hair dynamic updates. We're going to jump over to LaMelo Ball. I want to say the tattoos were applied to him last update, but he has so many, it's hard to tell what is what. But I'm going to cycle through his looks here. There's look 1 and 2. You can get an idea of any hairstyle change because he's under 2 categories of having a tattoo update and then a general hairstyle or likeness update as well. So there are both of those. Next up, we're going to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to go to Tyrese Proctor right here. So he has, of course, as you can see, a tattoo update right there on his wrist to elbow area. You can see they added the tattoo. What I do want to see is them add the shoes and get these 2K generics off of players, but unfortunately they have not done that yet. Next, we're going to go over, because we're going to knock out the tattoo updates, I'm going to go over to Micah Peavy of the New Orleans Pelicans. As you can see, he's got tattoo updates for his player character, both on his leg and his arm. You can see those there. Next, we have the Toronto Raptors and Alijah Martin. So, arm and leg tattoos, opposite leg, opposite arm for him. Then we have the Washington Wizards. And we have Jamir Watkins You can see the leg tattoo there and the arm tattoos on both arms. So he's equipped with those now. And they actually have one other one, and that actually starts off our series of general hairstyle likeness. And then the tattoo updates, it's Anthony Davis. And this one I'm actually glad they did. We knew they were going to get those pretty quickly, so tattoo update for him. But most importantly, the goggles have been added to him. You can see that here. Let me see if I can get to him. So there you go. You can see the goggles have been added. So that was a change that many people were asking about in order to get those put in. We already did LaMelo Ball. So we're going to actually backtrack a little bit and go backwards to the Utah Jazz. Keyonte George. As you can see, hairstyle change for him. And so then you still got the previous hairstyle as well. And this is pre-roster update. So if anything's coming out from 2K officially, as far as those players that have the unlocked appearances, if any of those are updated, I'll do a separate video. But for the sake of this video, none of them have been updated because there hasn't been a roster update yet. So that roster update's got to include James Borrego as the Pelicans head coach and a bunch of other things as well. So let's move on to the LA Lakers. Rui Hachimura. As you can see, you got an update as well. So you got the lower hairstyle there for Rui. We next go over to Bronny James. Bronny actually started his first game last game, so that was good to see. So you got different looks for Bronny as well. So he is there with his updated look. Then next we go to the Orlando Magic and Desmond Bane. So Desmond Bane gets a different look. So he's got multiple hairstyles now as well. Looks like the same face model. Michael Porter Jr. is next. So as you can see, Michael Porter Jr. gets an update. They actually did a general likeness update for him. And so that gets you the beard and all of that on Michael Porter Jr. Going to backtrack just a second. I missed him because they didn't put it in order by the teams. Of course, they didn't. Russell Westbrook gets a update as well. As you can see, just different look for him. The hair and the face, it looks like the tone of the face is a little bit adjusted. And then, of course, the hair is pushed back a little bit more as far as at the top. And so then we're jumping over to just a couple more. Unfortunately, like I said, there's not a lot updated in this particular update, which is pretty sad, honestly. We're going over to the Golden State Warriors and Jimmy Butler. Butler has a multitude of looks, as you can see. So literally Jimmy Butler's got 10 hairstyle differences and face differences as well. So I think it's just to get the tone corrected and things like that for him. So that was the main objective there. Then we go over to Rudy Gobert on the Timberwolves. As you can see, hair is adjusted for him. So there's the last update as far as player models go for current teams. And then we go over to the free agent pool. And then we get to James Wiseman. And you can see more hair for him, or less hair for him and then the more hair version as well. So that's the player likeness updates for the NBA players. They did a UI update, um, which is interesting, I guess. They still didn't fix the headshots, but they did update some of the action photos. So I'm going to go through the action photos really quickly of all the players. You can see who's been added and who's not. Like I said, some of these may apply for a roster update, and we'll see those apply in, kind of like the uniforms with the uh, team sponsor logos, but maybe not because there's like Pete Nance, and he is under a um, generic open appearance. So who knows at this point? But I'm just going to cycle through so you all can see everything that's updated. Next thing I think they need to do, um, especially, is update the headshots to make sure everyone has one. There's no excuse at this point that these aren't updated with the official NBA headshots because you can go to NBAMediaCentral.com and literally pull every one of those and have those readily available in the format that they take for the game. Just cycling through, yeah, you can see they updated because you got like various guys that didn't have one before. Anybody that's new to the team is not going to have one because obviously with the action photos they only trigger when they're assigned to that team. What the roster team would have to do is actually manually assign them to the Clippers, and then if they have an action photo, that action photo would show up and be assigned. So essentially, PC might be able to do this through Cheat Engine. We were able to do it last year, but that would take some work doing that. And then that would actually be helpful because then that would allow us to see what's available on consoles that 2K is not editing. So curious if that's an option going forward, but won't worry about that right now. As you can see, there's lots of guys missing one. Like, there's no excuse that Keaton Wallace, Nafali Dante, like those guys don't have one. That's just lazy. Not even going to sugarcoat it at all. There's no reason. Every one of these players should have something from Summer League or Media Day or something. And then your headshots should actually be the actual headshot photo that's on NBA.com. Like, the resources are there. You just got to pull it and get it. And then at that point, you can add it to the game. Like, especially for the rookies. And see, they added Elijah Harkless, who they didn't have before. Like, there's certain ones they got added that were into the roster based guys for last season, or two-way guys for last season. And they're slowly but surely updating guys. So they're usually about a year behind on any of the updates, if they even get updated. So personally, I think it's not hard to get those media day photos and stuff in. Maybe it doesn't make it this patch, but it should make it by the next patch. And then go to NBA.com and get the headshots for players. Now, I get anybody that signs randomly, you're not going to have a headshot for, but you need to have it for anybody that's on teams just because it's just a more streamlined, clean look. And see, like, there's no reason Cooper Flag shouldn't have one, being the number one pick. It's examples like that. Like, Terrence Mann should have one. Like, I mean, maybe I'm just thinking different, but those should definitely be utilized, and maybe they are going to be utilized in a roster update because they do have to manually be added, so that takes a little bit of time to do that. So hopefully that's the case. All right, like I get the off-season signing of Jordan Poole, like not being there or trade, whatever it was. I mean, they did update some guys, so having them updated from last year is good. It's just a matter of getting everybody else cleaned up, and especially the rookies, because they're always behind on the rookies, and it usually takes like 2 years to get updated. And they've really got to do a better job, like I said, about the accessories, injuries, coaching staffs, like all of that stuff is just got to be touched up, because at the end of the day, like if we're not able to do any of that manually and we got to keep starting over with the 2K roster and that's what we're utilizing, that's not effective. Um, content creators or roster creators, whatever you want to call them, they don't have time to keep doing a roster over 3, 4, 5 times when they could keep one original roster going and just make the touch up changes as things change in the game. So that makes better sense to me, but I don't know what 2K's thinking in this regard. Last two teams. And last but not least is the Washington Wizards. All right. That is it for the update as far as the patch. Look out for anything additional. I'll post a part 2 if there's anything significant in the roster update. I'll probably post a video of the roster update anyway. If there are coaching changes and some other things, transactions wise and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that next video. In the meantime, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. We bring you all the latest official NBA 2K content as well as some community wide content as well to highlight for other creators. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. If there's another video, I'll have one out within the next hour or two. If not, I will see you another day. Stay safe and take care.